It's been a few days now since my last entry. I've mainly been trying to get to know my new roommates better, though it's hard to communicate. We've docked in what I think is Mexico. I've begun to pick up a few Spanish words here and there, but I definitely know I heard Mexico in there somewhere. Ela invited me into town with her. She wants me to stick around. She believes I can take her place when the baby is too in the way for her to work her magic. I told her she couldn't get rid of me even if she tried. I must admit, I can't help feeling envy, knowing that she has what was ripped away from me. I know I will always have Roxy, but Roxy will always have the blood of her father running through her. And nothing I do can mix my own in there. I'll never know the feeling of having my eyes stare back at me, hearing my own giggle mirrored back at something a mini-me found funny. Watching them navigate life, trying to save them from the flaws they inherited, but knowing almost the exact move they'll make because it's the one you would have chosen to. I'll never know what it feels like to create another soul just by simply existing in my own body. I was jealous of all the women all those years ago, too. No matter how much I wanted to give Vincenzo one of our own, to name them Rome, to teach them the art of building an empire, it never happened. I remember begging God, rosary in hand, to please give me my own, that I would save it, that I would make sure that even if Vinny messed up, I would set them on the right path. And then I got my chance with Ruben, and I wasn't stupid. I knew I felt different. My body was different. I never felt so happy to feel so sick and miserable. But I never even got the chance to tell him. Now I beg God that Ruben took that little one's soul with him that night. That it isn't just left to wander the world, eternally trying to figure out how to escape this hellhole, looking for its mother. But Ela gets to mix her bloodline with theirs. She gets to have everything that was stolen from me. She gets to watch their little personalities grow, to see whichever qualities from the brothers take hold and which come from her own. What angers me the most is that she will despise whatever piece of Kennedy comes out, and she won't tell me why. But I can't speak to anyone about these things. Ela is kind enough to let me stay, to let me be in her baby's life, and yet I am a horrible person. Because deep down, I don't believe she deserves what I fought so hard for. I used to believe it was because Vincenzo did too much horror in this world that God wouldn't allow him the joy of watching something to live, to grow up. But Ruben was never that bad, and if God is understanding, then he would have given him a life, a family. So It has to be me. I don't know what I did to make God curse me with such a longing, only to have it be the one that can never be fulfilled. Maybe Ela is right. God is only cruel, only using us for his own entertainment until he is bored. She believes if we can keep his attention, then the good will never cease. She's mentioned learning about a different way to serve the Creator, that the protection it provides only comes if they know you're willing to pay the price. I'm not sure what she's on about exactly, but I know I've paid every price there is to pay, and yet it is still not enough. God, Creator, whatever is out there, it has only ever taught me a lesson of loss. Maybe in an attempt to make me cold, to teach me the world will always be nothing but a painful experience. Or maybe Ela's pained thoughts are correct. That we are nothing in the eyes of God, only destined to have to go through man to bring our quarrels. That in order to have our own voices heard, we need to do something big to capture its attention, something to captivate it, interest it in our lives above the rest. Maybe it has no real interest in our stories. So everything that happens, everyone we lose, everything that brings us joy, makes us sad, lash out, wake up in the morning, it has nothing to do with God. It only ever has to do with us. If that is true, then it is also true that it means that I am not good enough to bear a child. That everyone was right. I only fall in love with bad men, and I, in turn, am a bad person. I wanted to give myself, my body, my whole being for a child, an addition to their family tree. No one knew them like I did, even if I had lost either of them after bearing one kid. I'd have still taken pride in who their fathers were, taken pride in the name my child would carry. But most of all, take pride in being the mother that I never had. If I didn't lose my baby, I think I could do it alone. But I'd miss having someone by my side. The trust built between two people. It's magic. To give your wants and desires so freely, to give your terrors and pet peeves, and sharing all your light and dark. And trust that they'll do no real harm with it. And yet, they did. They all left. No matter how much I begged them, how I cried out to God, the devil, angel, or demon, to whoever would listen, they always left. And I always ended up shattered. without one of my own to be mine and mine alone, without one to bury me when my time comes calling, without one to miss me, only like a child could ever miss their mother. Roxy would miss me, but I can't stop the nagging feeling that it would always be different. I will always only ever be her stepmother. She didn't grow with me. And though she didn't grow with Vinny either, she grew to love him as though she did. They were always tied by the blood they shared, even though I would have happily died trying to stop Vincenzo from taking her from me after we broke up. She'd still never be mine. Made myself angry, bittered by knowing what Hila gets now. But who am I to say that she doesn't deserve it? We both already know the pain of losing one already. Why can't I just be happy for her and leave it at that?